Hello! Yeah, I'm not dead. I'm still alive. I've just had exams, which is probably like the university equivalent of being dead, really, thinking about it. So I finished my exams like 2 weeks ago or something, and then decided that I was going to immediately go and visit a bunch of my friends, which unfortunately I didn't really manage to get much video from, but I've got a few photos and bits, but I'm going to tell you about it now. So I finished my exams on the Thursday and then had sort of a bit of a day off, and then on Saturday went up to York to visit my friend Rachel, who I have visited before. You may remember from like Christmas-ish. And a couple of my other friends, Charlotte and Evie. You probably remember Charlotte, she's been in a few of my videos now. We went to the York Dungeons, which was fun. If you haven't been, it's kind of like you wander around and there are actors who are quite scary at times. It is the dungeons, you know, it's supposed to be kind of scary. But by far my favourite two bits were, one, getting Charlotte beheaded as a southerner, and two, having her burn at the stake. I do like Charlotte, I promise, but she's at uni in London, so she is, we all say that she's turning into a Londoner. She is. So when we went into this one room in the dungeon, I can't remember what the date was supposed to be because I'm really bad. I was really bad at remembering dates in history, but we were at the gates of York, and the person who was the executioner's assistant was talking about beheading people trying to enter York, such as southerners. So he made a beeline for Evie, saying, "You're a southerner, aren't you?" And I went, "No, no, 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 no." Put my hands on Charlotte's shoulders. "This is the one you want." So Charlotte put on her best northeastern accent and tried to insist that she was in fact northern, but he was having none of it. So he beheaded her, or at least tried to. He missed the head and caught the ear, so Charlotte now only has one ear. Which, being partially deaf, I don't think it's made much of a difference to Charlotte's life in general, but if you want to talk to her you do have to be on a certain side of her. And then the last place that you go into, someone is targeted and found out to be a witch, so burnt at the stake. That was pretty good. I'm not going to spoil that. If you go, just yeah, that's a good bit. There was another bit which really amused me, but it might not amuse you so much. You know that I really like my archery, which I picked up when I came to uni, and there was one room where we went into and were talking to a Nordic king. I can't remember which country in particular he was from. He was a Viking, and he was trying to take over Britain, but of course Britain was resisting. And while you were stood there talking to him, one of Britain's greatest archers had a pop at knocking him off, and you know, an arrow appeared just here to the side of him, and the joke was, "That was a rubbish shot, have you been at the sherry again?" And this is amusing because longbow archers, me being a longbow archer too, have a bit of a reputation for having like sherry breaks in between competitions and stuff. Not that I drink alcohol, but you know, that's the reputation that I am entering into. And on a similar note with the archery, while I was in the York Dungeons, I bought a sword. It's a 2 in 3 replica apparently of a typical sword. It's just a dagger in my opinion, and yep. And I also bought a longbow, which again is a replica. It didn't say the size, but it's half the size of my longbow. So there we go. And it came with an arrow with a little sucky cup on. And this is not how you draw a bow, but you can't really do technique when it's a toy. And my arrow's gone downstairs, so that better be the shot that I use, because I'm not going down to get it. And then after a lovely weekend in York, on Monday I went down to London, carrying this on the train, and then arriving at rush hour in London and having to take the tube through London carrying this. It was fine, I used it as a weapon. Not in the way it's intended to be used, but I did prod up a few people with it. So there you go. That was entirely Charlotte's fault for bringing us into London at rush hour. I was only in London for the Monday night, I was just staying over, because then Tuesday morning I got another train to Canterbury to visit my friend Kate, who's at the University of Kent and also makes her own videos, so I will link to the thing somewhere. I'm afraid nothing much interesting happened in Canterbury. It was mostly just a catch up because I hadn't seen Kate in ages. But we did go visit Canterbury Cathedral, which no pictures and stuff, unfortunately. But I have pictures of the outside, which is quite good. But in my opinion, and Kate's as well, Durham Cathedral's better. And they filmed Harry Potter in Durham Cathedral, so there you go. Yep. Can't argue with that. And we also, on the walk from the university down into Canterbury, saw some ducks. Little fluffy ducklings. So, it's horrible. And then after a lovely relaxing time in Canterbury, I came back to London. Was in London for a couple of hours in between trains, so saw Charlotte again. Then came back up to here and was quite knackered, but then had to go straight to an archery session so that I could get some practice in for the next day, because I had to get up at 5 o'clock on Saturday morning to go to Bucks Outdoors archery competition. I was pretty tired, and there were 4 novice female longbows competing, and obviously they handed out gold, silver and bronze medals. So my aim of the day was just to not be 4th. No, I didn't want to be 4th, and I wasn't. I came 2nd, so I have a lovely shiny silver medal, which is downstairs, so I'm not going to show you it because I can't be bothered to go downstairs. So there you go. I am lazy, yes, I know. And then I was in fact supposed to be staying camping on the Saturday night at Lilleshall, where the competition was, to watch the head-to-head on Sunday, because I hadn't entered that bit. But I was so tired that I just got the minibus back with the people who were coming back and slept most of Sunday, really. Well, I slept a bit of Sunday, because then I woke up and one of my friends, Tom, had some friends here at uni from Manchester, where he's from, and we did some crazy things with us, and I ended up staying up until 5 in the morning, which was kind of ironic because that's when I had to wake up on Saturday. That amused me. It probably wouldn't amuse you as much as it amused me. And that's it for a general update in what I've been doing the past week or so. And now obviously I'm at that point after exams where it's like, I have free time. What is free time? I don't know what I'm doing. Hence this around me, which looks quite cool. It looks better than I thought it would, and I'm really happy with that. But I'm only here for another 2 weeks, week and a half. So it's going to have to come down soon enough, because then I leave this room and then next year I have my own house. As in, we're renting a house for next year because we get kicked out of halls at work. So that's a scary thought. But anyway, enough of that. I will see you again soon, because I have all this free time, obviously. So making videos is a thing that I will probably be doing just because I'll be bored. Or I will be staying playing Pokemon obsessively, which I have spent the morning doing. So yeah. If you know anything about half the size, I just spent the not much interest in and they film Harry Potter. So after